The scary sequel. We should probably actually get started playing the game here.
Why? We can just turn this into a podcast now.
just a podcast, just the two of us talking.
About summertime Radness to the spooky, scary times.
Or about anything that it causes us to talk about, because that's just what happens anyway, is we end up just talking about whatever garbage. Like, we just end up, like, garbage vomiting, whatever is rattling around inside in our brains at the time, so...
And we gotta get rid of it somehow. Oh, I love the little loading icon.
Yeah,
He's
it's
eating
really adorable.
Ramen, or... Is it
an
like
error has occurred. What do you mean an error has occurred? How can... But still,
for your
there's the
recording,
cutscene.
or...
No, on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, weird.
That was really
strange.
strange.
I was gonna ask, though. Yeah, like, is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now, but it didn't make any sense to me because I'm just playing on my Nintendo Switch locally. There's nothing that it has to connect for or anything.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
A ghost in the machine. I was gonna ask, is it like, can you speed up his eating or anything, or is it just like not a minigame?
No, it's just a loading screen.
Okay, I was wondering if it was like DBZ Budokai or whatever. You can like make Master Roshi spin around and stuff.
That would be fun. I think every loading screen needs to be some way interactive, just to make things like go by.
But I think some company patented it, and like others are not allowed to do it now. But
oh, really?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think maybe. It's been a while since I've cared about game news like that.
Aww. So yeah, I think the video has already started at this stage, so you might as well start talking while the opening cutscene is going on.
Sure.
So welcome to the utmost professional video makeage that you have come to know and love from my channel, everybody. RockPaperMario here, bringing you another video for Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel. And I am joined by a special guest, a very good friend of mine, Alexis. So say hello, Alexis.
Hello, Alexis. I had to do it. I mean, come on, who can pass that up?
I really walked into that one.
Yes. But hello, everybody. Yeah, I used to LP with Harry back in the day, and it's been a long time, so my LPing chops are very rusty.
That's okay.
So get ready for all the awkwardness.
Awkwardness is what we enjoy in a strange way, so don't worry about that. So yeah, as you guys can see, we're here playing Disgaea 5 on the Nintendo Switch, and actually there's a very good reason why I have my good friend Alexis with me to show this game off to you guys, and that is because I would not have, well, I'm not going to say I would not have known anything about Disgaea if it hadn't been for you, but you were like the first person who actually introduced me to the fact that this game series even existed, so that's something to be thankful for, isn't it?
Yeah, so was it with the very long project that I had planned out with the first Disgaea and then only did like 4 videos of, or was it earlier than that?
No, that was pretty much it. I think I remember you like telling me that you were thinking of doing it, and then you actually did it, and when you did those couple of videos, I think just it really did kind of introduce me to it, but also like showed me how amazing and unique and kind of irreverent the humor is, and that's what I really loved about it, I think, when I saw it first, so...
Yeah, same, because same thing, like, I never discovered it on my own. It was showed to me by a friend, and the humor drew me in, and I'm a huge fan of tactical and strategy games, so that was also a big part of the draw, so I'm glad you're enjoying it, too.
Yeah, I really am. I just think there aren't enough hours in my life to play them as much as I would like to play them, because they're so huge and monumental, and the time expenditure involved is on a similar scale, so we're not going to be doing anything huge and monumental in this video though. We're just going to be showing off one of the levels here for the sake of Summertime Radness 2. And we're actually going to be going to this place called Poison Dice, which is like a summer beachy level, but with all the kind of demonic goodness of the Disgaea world. So I don't know if the game is caught up on your end yet, Alexis, but you can see like a delightfully devilish cocktail illustrating the world right there.
No, I cannot, but that's okay. And Harry, I thought we were going to do like a 13-hour marathon of recording videos so that we could go through like half the game just today. You're telling me we're only doing one level?
Yes, for now. Who knows? I know the answer to that is no.
Well, I'll be on the edge of my seat waiting for the answer.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to get started now, so there's going to be like a bit of voice acting, so I'm going to try and keep quiet, even though I normally fail at keeping quiet, as you guys know.
And I'm gonna jump in and tell Harry that we should just say things anyway, and then cut it at an opportune moment, so that when the audio comes back, it'll just leave everybody confused. Like, oh man, I love that comment that you just told me, Harry. It was so funny. Ho 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 ho. I can't wait until everybody hears that joke.
I don't think there's even any point in trying to stay quiet over voice acting and cutscenes, because I know I will inevitably fail anyway. I'm pretty sure you would inevitably fail as well, so let's just give up right now.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can always cut out the audio anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
Just tell me when it ends.
Will do. Yeah, just to like kind of give maybe, especially since you haven't played the game either, just kind of give maybe an overview of what's going on here. On the left hand side you have like our motley crew, which you always end up with a kind of a motley crew of strange people that don't belong together at face value, I guess. And we're our rebel army, I guess. And there's this rampaging force called the Lost, which are taking over netherworlds at the speed of knots. And we want to do something about it, but pretty much only because Killia, our kind of like twinky gothy protagonist, wants to take out the big bad guy Void Dark. So I hope that kind of gives you a little
always very twinky, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. The inevitably twinky gothy protagonist.
So Rebel Army, Rebel against whom?
Against the Lost. So as I say, the Lost are like this evil force that are taking over all the netherworlds that exist. So we're trying to like do something about it.
Because, you know, the netherworlds weren't already evil to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just regime changed, same status quo.
Yep,
okay.
Pretty much.
Because are we rebelling with goodness, or?
No, we're not rebelling with goodness. We're rebelling pretty much just to satiate Killia's need to take out Void Dark. So,
for plot reasons.
Yeah, and like all our characters are overlords of their own netherworlds. So I guess their stake in it is that they're like, well, I don't want my netherworlds to get conquered or whatever. So it's entirely selfish reasons, as per usual. You know, I think that's like one of the funniest things about these games is that they kind of straddle that strange sort of barrier between, okay, I'm good accidentally doing good things for my own selfish reasons.
Right. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of, it's sort of in the same vein as other Atlas games, because I think Makai Kingdom was sort of like that as well. But I could be completely wrong, because it's been forever since I've even seen that game. And other games, you interact with other netherworld overlords, but it's usually not banding together, so neat.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we're actually just like getting into the battle here. So as you guys can probably see, one of the reasons why I wanted to show off this level for Summertime Radness in particular is because like when else would you have the opportunity to kind of have a level that was kind of disgusting and scary and spooky, but also a beach level at the same time? And before you mention it, Resident Evil 2 beach volleyball isn't a thing, Alexis, no matter how much you want it to be.
I want it so badly. Could you imagine Leon just going to spike the ball all of his police gear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I have to actually
disgusting
try
and
and
gross.
concentrate.
That sounds like a summer paradise getaway to me. You don't have to concentrate, just throw everybody at each other and yeah, you win, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like being Soviet Russia against Finland in World War II. Just a little bit.
Wait, that would mean you would lose.
In the long run, I would win because Hitler would still lose.
Oh, I thought you said Finland.
Yeah, but Soviet Russia always wins in the end somehow, don't they? To a certain extent.
We still got a Finland, Harry. Sorry to crush your dreams.
Finland still exists.
Finland persevered. Anyway,
Persevered.
so what's actually going on? What's your strategy going into the fight?
So my strategy is usually to kind of like creep forward, and generally I have like my angel character go forward and then kind of bunch everyone up kind of around her, because something that like I've realized is that like angel characters, they have like a special like skill whereby any characters that are next to them will actually any characters which are like standing next to them will actually take less damage if they do get attacked. So that's a kind of
that's new.
Yeah, it's kind of a useful thing to take advantage of, pretty much. Just because you can kind of very safely kind of go like advance very slowly, so it is quite useful. I guess this would be a good thing to do, I guess. I want to see if that
it looks so good to do, Harry. You go ahead and throw all of those guys into the fray, followed by your angel. I 100% agree with that plan.
Yeah,
but,
so...
Yeah, the passive aura buffs are pretty new to me. I don't think they had them in 4. Are the angels the only ones that do it, or other folks as well?
They kind of have stuff like that, like, as well, but I'm still only kind of like getting used to how this game works, so I'm not really 100% au fait with everything. As you guys could see, like from when I was like picking the stage I wanted to go to, I haven't actually gone very far yet, so I'm still kind of finding my feet, learning what's going on, so...
Do they still have the thing where you can equip monsters as weapons?
I don't think you can equip monsters as weapons. You can have monsters, like you can recruit them like you used to be able to do before, and then they have their own specific weapons then, so...
Okay, cool. No, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly has changed between the iterations, because the last game, while you were out fighting with your monster buddies and stuff... Sounds like you're just rolling into town and just having a nice old brawl, like River City Rampage or something. You could actually have them transform into weapons that other people could use. It's a neat mechanic that you had to actually use to win the game. So yeah, what do you have to actually do? Just beat all the baddies, or do you have to actually do something with the toxic sludge that's around, like a Hotel Delfino level?
Okay. So the only thing we have to do with the toxic sludge is stay out of it unless we're able to fly. So as the guys can see right now, we have like these two guys that are floating around, and obviously at the end of the turn they didn't get poisoned because they're flying, but these like kitty cats, for some reason they decided to just wander onto the toxic sludge, and because at the end of the turn they were on the toxic sludge, then they got poisoned automatically. So actually, in and of itself, not a very smart thing to do. So...
Wait, so these are enemies that you're fighting? The kitty cats, or...
Yeah, the kitty cats are enemies.
NPCs?
Yeah, they're enemies.
Oh, okay.
And then there's like this kind of like... There always has to be that like one goofball character who kind of... like there always has to be that one goofball character who... the would-be... other protagonist, or guy who thinks he should be the protagonist, if you know what I mean. So
yeah.
in that case, it's like this Naruto kind of guy that's over here, and we don't really take him seriously, but he's not getting in our way, so we just kind of let him do his thing.
What, no super dapper twink like the first game? No zombie with a horse wiener weapon?
No, unfortunately not. No twink with a horse wiener.
Oh, that's a different Disgaea game. I have not seen that yet.
We do just what we do, like, naturally have, like, our very motley crew of characters, and I think actually you probably should try this game out because you would quite like them. Like, Killia is kind of your generic kind of, I suppose, squall kind of character, in that he's kind of like the taciturn emo sort of guy who doesn't really say much and doesn't like to interact very much with the other characters that much. And then you have this, like, goofy character, Seraphina, who is the gorgeous overlord, who pretty much her goal in life is for all men to serve her, so, and she's kind of funny. And then you have this other guy called, like, Magnus, who I don't use, who's kind of like your basic kind of, like, blockhead sort of character. But the way that they interact with each other, again, like, the humor in this game, I think is what draws everyone in when it comes to this series, with good reason, because it's just so funny.
Yeah, I can imagine just the tension that pops up between them being very humorous.
Pretty much. So let's see how this goes.
And it goes off without a hitch. Number one, perfect strategy, right?
Yeah, things are going well so far. I only have, like, those 3, like, monster guys over here, these demon guys, and those 2, like, poisoned cats, and they're not going to be that difficult. So once again, as seems to be the case with, like, every Disgaea game, like, the special moves just, like, destroy everything, like which always seems to be the case. Like, the special abilities that people get just always seem to destroy everything without fail. So
yeah, but there's always sort of a nice difficulty curve with how often you can use them, and there always seems to be a wall you hit with whether they actually do destroy the enemies as well.
that's true, and I think, like, one of the things that I find really enjoyable about this game in general is just how quickly the game can punish you, but also how quickly things go in general. So you don't kind of feel the battles are never really ridiculously long, so if you do get punished and make a wrong move, it's really fast to just learn from it, if you know what I mean, and then just get back and try it again, kind of get back up on the horse, so to speak, you know. So you never kind of feel, like, hard done by, if you know, and you, like, if you do fail, then you kind of know it was your fault, you know, and then you kind of know what to do the next time. So I think they really do that very, very well.
Yeah, and as much as I love other tactical games like XCOM, I really appreciate that you can make mistakes and recover that from them, and those are usually some of the most fun parts of the game, where it's like, oh shit, I messed up, or I didn't see this enemy, and they've gone and just done a lot of shit to my guys. How do I get out of this? Whereas something like XCOM, it can be like, oh, I didn't see that guy. Well, I better reload, because half my team's gonna be wiped out if I do this.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, as I say, like, I'm really, really enjoying it. I just kind of wish I had, like, more time to sink into it, because I think, like, these games, they just, the amount of detail they put into them is quite obscene. I think they, like, strike a really good balance, whereby if you kind of want to kind of have that play experience where you, if you want to have that kind of experience where you kind of optimize everything and sink hundreds of hours into it, you can, but you're not obliged to. Like, if you want, you can kind of have quite a vanilla, casual sort of experience, you know, and still enjoy and still have a good time doing it. So that's something I really like about it. You kind of have that option of either or, without kind of getting swamped with, oh my god, I have to spend hours grinding, or hours like in the item world, or hours doing this, that and the other just to enjoy the game. I can still enjoy the game without doing that, you know?
Yeah, because like you said, the levels are fairly quick. They only take, at most, usually half an hour, and that's if they're a really tricky one. And, I mean, come on, we're both adults with working lives now. Who has time to spend more than that on a level? So it's really easy to just come home, turn it on, and be like, oh, where did I leave off? Let's just jump into that. And it always has a cutscene. It seems to always have a cutscene either right before a level or right after it, so it can quickly bring you back in.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, and I think like each level, like each separate little level, is also kind of like sufficiently different that you kind of never get bored either. So that kind of way, like every single level has its own kind of like setup, has its own kind of strategy that to perfect, and kind of get everything down to kind of either struggle through if that's the kind of if you're not doing things perfectly, or else completely destroy it if you kind of figure out what's going to happen just by looking at the way the level is set up and things like that. So all in all, kind of quite challenging and kind of rewards your intelligence. And then like the cutscenes that follow up, like every scene and everything, they just kind of keep the game alive because of that kind of irreverent, kooky sort of humor the game has. I just think, skip the demo. I don't know why it says skip the demo. Yeah, I'll skip the demo. What's the demo?
Is that the cutscene?
I don't know. It said like it didn't call it a cutscene. It called it a demo. So
that's really strange. Maybe it meant like a demonstration, like it was a tutorial thing. But
a
no,
demonstration
absolutely
of the storyline.
Press A to move forward. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you on the, like, sometimes it can reward you intellectually as well, because, like, I also really love puzzle games, and what sets this apart from other strategy and tactical games is that puzzle element a lot of the times, because there are a lot of levels in every Disgaea game where you have to do a lot of the throwing that I made a joke about at the very beginning, either because you're throwing a Prinny to blow something up that you specifically need to, or you have to get to a certain place in a certain way, and there's no other way to really do it well without throwing.
Yep, pretty much. Oh my god, I just got into like a conversation with a load of Prinnies, which isn't a bad thing necessarily.
I mean, they're the best part of the game too, so...
Yeah, Prinny for Smash.
Oh my god, yes. It would be such the joke character where they can actually be kind of good, but as soon as somebody throws them and somebody only has to throw them, that's it. They're KO'd.
Yeah. I think they would be the ultimate troll character, because like there are so many other characters that would be more legitimate and which people want more.
Oh my god!
And then
it would
just
be
like Prinny for
the
you.
the last unlocked character. Everybody goes to use it, thinking like, oh, "I've never seen this before. It's so cool."
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, that was the beautiful Poison Dice from Disgaea 5 for your viewing pleasure for Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel. If you did make it through this video, thank you for listening to the ramblings of me and Alexis, which actually were quite focused on the game itself, so I'm proud of us for that.
Well, when you can't really see anything and you want to know what's going on, because you haven't played the game yet and you haven't really seen anything, you get a little curious, so...
Naturally. Anyway, thank you very much as well for taking the time out of your Sunday to join me, Alexis. It was a pleasure.
Of course. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and it's been so long. This was really a refreshing experience. Thank you very much for inviting me and getting back with enough time that I could actually wake up this morning and not be completely just like, what's going on?
Okay. Brilliant. Anyway, maybe you will make your own contribution to Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel.
Oh, I
you have
doubt
until
it.
the
I
start
have no
of September.
Oh, the audience, not me. Or are you talking directly to me?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, I have no time. There is no way I can make a contribution.
That's okay. This can be your contribution.
There we go.
Perfect. Everyone's a winner, baby.
I don't want to be a baby. A winner baby's better than a baby, but I don't want to be a baby.
What about a baby winner?
No. I think we're getting a little bit silly at this point. Oh, I think we're getting a little bit silly and off track at this point, Harry, so maybe we should wrap it up.
Yes, it's a wrap. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
See you all.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was so silly.